Do you see how you saw the headline and then you rushed to watch this video? That headline represents social media. Now, this video that you're watching represents reality. What you have to understand is that take a social media platform like Twitter. Only about 5 million Nigerians are on Twitter. And this is a country that has a population of 210 million. So that represents less than 5% of Nigerians. So when you are on social media and then you allow what's happening there to define you, you're not being very wise. I see a lot of people, who call themselves obedient, and I really admire what you guys have done. But you guys have to consider a few things. One of the things you have to consider is this. If you look at the online voter registration just recently, I think it was released today by INEC, you see that, Peter Obi has supporters pretty much all around the country, but the bulk of his support comes from the southeast. And then you see that in terms of online registration, not a lot is happening in the southeast. And we encourage people from of southeast origin to go online to register. But let's look at the facts. A state like Osun, about 709,000 people have registered online in Osun. Now that number is more than the entire number of people who have registered online in the southeast. I'm not talking about Kano. I'm talking about Osun. Just Osun alone is more than the total number of people that have registered in Imo, Anambra, Enugu, Ebonyi, and Abia combined together. So you see what's happening here. Something is happening on social media. There's a lot of activity on social media, but that activity has to seep to the ground for it to become a reality. I see a lot of people saying things like, if you do not support Peter Obi, then you are an enemy of Nigeria. Listen, Peter Obi is an excellent candidate, but he is not the only excellent candidate. There are other candidates that are better than him. There are other candidates that are equal to him. So you just have to allow people make their choice and respect their choice. You can't say because I'm supporting Atiku Abubakar, I'm an enemy of Nigeria. Look, before Atiku Abubakar got into government in 1999, he had co-founded Intels. And Intels is one of the largest logistic firms in the whole of Africa. Before he got into government, that Intels was worth almost $1 billion. Now it's worth much more. And then through his Priam group of companies, he has over 50 different companies. He employs more people than many Nigerian state governments. So, how are you going to say he's not an excellent candidate? This is a man who, when he was privatizing the Nigerian economy, if you look at what he did with the cement sector, how he privatized a lot of it to Dangote. He privatized industries that have now exploded and are now employing people in their millions. Anyways, I see some people are talking about things like maybe Nidal and then Alscon. Atiku Abubakar was not involved in those. Go and do your investigation. The part of the privatization process that he was a part of was a major success. I see a lot of you insulting Kwankwaso because of the failure of the merger between his party and Labour Party. Kwankwaso is an excellent candidate. Go and look at what Kwankwaso achieved in Kano. He built the Northwest University. I encourage you, just Google Northwest University. You'll think it's a European university. You think it's an American university. And then, not just that, the man sent 3,500 Kano residents, not indigenous residents. That means like people from other states who were resident in Kano. He sent them abroad to go and study. And education is the only means by which you can develop a society to move from third world to first world in one generation. And this man has done it. He empowered so many Kano people by setting up, cottage industries. And then you guys are insulting him. Anybody supporting him, anybody supporting Atiku Abubakar, they are enemies of Nigeria. You can't say things like that. People are watching. All of other Nigerians are watching. You think that your activity on social media means that you're the majority, but no. Go and look at the data from INEC. It has been released today. Look at the data from INEC. There are other parts of Nigeria that have huge swathes of population. Borno alone, about over 500,000 people registered online in Borno alone. Now that's not to talk about on the ground registration. You see, 8% of all the people that voted in Nigeria in 2019 are from Kano. And then here you are insulting this man, insulting this man. People are seeing what you're doing. Now, I got you guys to watch this video, a lot of you obedience, because of the title. You see, that's what social media does. But the reality is what you're watching. This is the reality. So you need to be more tolerant. You need to, okay, if you want people to vote for Peter Obi, convince them, persuade them, don't insult, don't threaten. And as for you, Peter Obi, saying that those people who are insulting, who are threatening, who are abusing are not your supporters but were paid by your opponents, I mean, that's very ridiculous. You have now come out with 2 sets of tweets advising, counseling your own supporters to be less abusive, to be less threatening, and to be more tolerant. If you actually believe that it was your opponents doing this, why would you have done that? Now, my name is Rana Omakri. I support Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and I still love Nigeria. And I also believe that even though I don't support Peter Obi and I don't support Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, they are excellent candidates. Let us examine all the candidates, but let us not stop saying things like, if you don't support our own candidate, you are an enemy of Nigeria. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.
But Reno travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Reno is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Reno is